And we are live at Marvel Park. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you, getting set for tonight's homecoming game between the Parsons Vikings and the Baxter Springs Lions. Time now for our pregame show. And Tony, Parsons coming off a difficult week last week, 52-6 loss to the prep school out of Kansas City. Baxter Springs coming off their first loss. I didn't think that was a 32-14 setback to Girard. But 2-1 for Baxter, 1-2 for Parsons. First district game of the year, and should be a good matchup tonight.
Yeah, Parsons has had Baxter's number the last probably 5 or 6 years. I think this Baxter team didn't lose a whole lot from last year, so they're going to be out to try to win this game. I think they're wanting to try to stay above 500. So
yeah,
I look for Baxter to be tough tonight, and I think if Parsons can play like they did at Fort Scott a couple of weeks ago, I think we got a shot.
I think so. Well, it looks like it's time for the national anthem, so we will take a 2-minute break and then be back with more of our Tank Connection pregame show. You're listening to Viking Football on V93. And we're back live at Marvel Park as we continue with our pregame show, brought to you by Tank Connection of Parsons. Homecoming 2025, we want to make sure we give a shout out to the 2025 royalty, Princesses Jasmine Barajas and Cadence Manners, and 2025 PHS Homecoming Queen Shaylee Clark. So congratulations to those young ladies. We mentioned before the break, Vikes coming off that 52-6 loss to KC Prep, and Baxter coming off a 32-14 loss to Girard. First district game of the season for both these teams. And Tony, I think we've probably said this several times over the years. It's so much different than it was when we were in school. More teams in the district and more teams with a chance to advance to the postseason.
Yeah.
And but nothing would make Coach Scheibe happier than to start off district play with a win against Baxter Springs. And I know the Vikings were disappointed with the loss last week, but that's in the past, and if there's ever a time that a team's going to be fired up, it's going to be on homecoming.
Exactly. And last week, I think you're playing that KC prep school. I mean, they're just going to be outmanned. I mean, you're drawing kids from a lot of different areas up in Kansas City, and it is what it is. I'm not sure the schedule-wise. I don't know if they're just doing a 2-year thing where it's one.
Right.
One year we go up there. I guess last year they came here, so I don't know if it's like a contract or something. But it's tough when you're playing a school like that, just because it's apples and oranges. It's not apples to apples. So
right, yeah, and it looked to me. I obviously we weren't there, but when I saw a little bit on the live stream, and it looked like there were about 100 kids for KC Prep on the sidelines.
Yeah.
They just had such a bigger squad than the Vikings. But yeah, Baxter and Parsons. Parsons has had a couple of blowout wins against Baxter. Then there's been some that have just come right down to the wire. A triple overtime game down in Baxter that the Lions came out on top several years ago. So it should be a fun night. It's going to be beautiful weather. It's about 76 degrees at Marvel Park. Virtually no wind right now. And I don't know what classes we have here. Class of 75 celebrating their 50th. Other than that, I'm really not sure. But just about a full house here at Marvel Park.
Definitely a good crowd. Always seems like whenever you have homecoming, people really come out to support the homecoming candidates, and it's always a fun night for all the kids. I mean, all the candidates and the players themselves. I mean, they get pretty excited for this homecoming matchup. So, like I said, I like our chances tonight, Scott. I think we have a really good shot against this Baxter team, and I know they're, didn't lose a whole lot from their squad last year, and I think they're definitely better than they were last year. But
yeah, already 2 wins under their belt.
Yeah.
So I think one of those was against the Riverton Rams. I think Riverton maybe a little bit down this year compared to some other years, but at any level of football, a win is a win. So looks like the captains for each team about ready to meet out at midfield. Vikings will be in their home blue with gold helmets. Baxter Springs in their traveling white shirts, white helmets, red pants. The PHS fight song going on in the background. And Tony, I think tonight I would love to see that Viking offense really start to click.
Yeah.
They had the slow start against LC, who of course stunned everybody with that win over Pittsburgh last week, and so obviously they're the real deal this year. But the Vikings offense got on track against Fort Scott, and then kind of ran into a buzzsaw last week up in Kansas City. But I think this is a Baxter defense that the Vikings will be able to move the ball, and the big home run plays are always fun.
Yep.
It'd be nice to see some sustained drives out of the Vikings, maybe chew up a little bit of clock.
Yeah, I look for Chandler Henson to have a big game. I'd like to see him, get the passing game going a little bit more,
Yep.
I think Largent and O'Banion, at the tight end spot, I think they're definitely good weapons over the middle, even in that 5 to 10 yard zone. And, Breland Summers, you can see him running off the field. He's pumped. It's his senior year. He's pumped up, ready to go. And we've talked about him on the defensive side of the ball. He's been almost unstoppable getting to the quarterback all year long. And I don't know what the Baxter line's like, but he's going to be tough to contain because he's got a wingspan, and he can really get around that edge. And yeah, he's pumped up. He's running out. He's a ball of fire.
Yeah, looks like he's ready to have a big night here for homecoming 2025. Vikings are going to receive the opening kickoff. It'll be Henson and Schultz back deep for the Vikings. And here comes the Baxter Springs kickoff team. 2-1 Baxter Springs against the 1-2 Parsons Vikings. Homecoming 2025, also the first game of district play. Caleb Grant, 6 foot, 150-pound junior, will be kicking off for the Lions. That's the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, and the left-footed kicker is about ready to get this game underway. It's an end-over-end kick that is going to go out of bounds, barely.
Does that go to the 40, Scott?
I believe so, yeah. And I tell you, I don't know how he did that. I thought that ball was going to go 5 yards out of bounds, and instead it went a few inches out of bounds. It hit right next to the sideline and basically died.
It almost looked like a golf shot with a little bit of spin on it. Just hit and just checked up right on the sideline. And there's no wind.
No, right now there is virtually no wind. The flag is just limp.
So is there the option to re-kick?
I believe there is an option, and it looks like the Vikings are going to take it at the, 35. I was like you, Tony. I thought it was at the 40, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikes on their own 35-yard line. Offense takes the field. Junior quarterback Andrew Houck comes under center. Henson, the running back, 2 receivers to the near side, man in motion. They go with a quick hitter.
Andre Ford.
And it's going to be about a 4-yard pickup. It looked like the timing was just a little bit off, but the Vikings still make something positive out of it. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
It almost looked like Ford wasn't ready, like he was surprised he threw it to him.
Yeah, that's the impression I got. It looked like something just didn't seem like it clicked the way Coach Scheibe probably wanted it to. Henson gets bottled up after a 1-yard gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Vikes. They're going to spot the ball just across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they tried to do a little fake throw out the same play, but Baxter wasn't faked out at all.
Ford will be split left for the Vikes. Schultz in the slot. Third and 5.
That's offside.
Look, that was very close to offsides. It's a running play. Henson, boy, what an effort by Henson. He would not go down. It looked like he was going to be 2 yards short, and somehow he kept his knee from touching the ground and just powered forward for an extra 2 yards. And that tremendous effort by Henson will keep this drive alive for the Vikings. 1st and 10. Ball just shy of the Viking 46-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for the Vikings. Houck will be in the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's going to be a running play to Henson over the left side. He's looking for the edge.
Wow.
And ends up making a nice cut and a nice gain into Baxter Springs territory.
About 7 or 8 yards. 8 yards, I think.
Yeah, they're going to mark it inside the Baxter 47. 9:49 to go in our opening quarter, tied at 0. This time Ford and Schultz come to the near side. Schultz will be in the slot.
Boy, if he can get it out the Ford, he
has a little space, doesn't he?
Yeah.
2nd and 3. Fake it to Henson.
He's wide open.
And they're going to throw.
Interception.
Was it an interception? Did he come down with it? I believe he did. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong player, I think.
Isaiah Main.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but there was no Viking receiver.
Yeah, that ball got thrown into double coverage, it looked like.
Ford was streaking down. He was wide open. He was 10 yards past any defender.
So Baxter Springs off the turnover. 1st and 10 from their own 42. We'll send 3 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far side. And I think we just had a Viking jump off sides. And we're going to, after the turnover, Vikings gift Baxter 5 yards. Takes the ball up to the Baxter Springs 47.
Sophomore quarterback, is that right? Cole Parrish?
So 1st and 5, Cole Parrish. Quick hitter. Oh, and they go with the little trick play, hook and ladder. Look out, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and maybe down at the 1-yard line. So a little bit of trickery on the first offensive play for Baxter Springs, and it works to perfection.
Bradley Wade.
Caught the Viking defense there, and you can't really blame the defense. You usually don't see a trick play that early in the game, but it worked to perfection for Baxter Springs. Looks like they're going to back the ball up maybe a yard. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 2. Parrish in the pistol. And I think we've got offsides on the Vikings again. So maybe the Vikes are a little too pumped here in the early going, Tony. A little too anxious. So they go half the distance to the goal, takes it up to the 1. 1st and goal from the 1 for Baxter Springs, 9:13 to go in quarter number 1. Bradley Wade is the running back, and he's going to get the handoff, and he finds his way into the end zone. 1-yard touchdown run for Baxter Springs, and they take the early lead 6-0 over the Vikings.
All Bradley Wade.
So we'll see if the Vikings can respond. They had a good drive going on their first possession. It was thwarted by the Baxter Springs interception. Caleb Grant ready to attempt the extra point for the Lions. And another whistle. Offsides on the Vikings. That is 3 offsides for the Vikings.
In 4 plays.
In 4 plays. See if Baxter is going to do anything different. Now that they'll have half the distance to the goal. Doesn't look like it. They're just going to keep the place kicker out on the field. It's a good snap, good hold.
Looks
and
good.
Yep, kick is good. 9:11 to go in quarter number 1. It's Baxter 7, Parsons 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
.11 to go in the opening quarter. Baxter Springs on top 7-0. In case you're joining us late, Vikes had a pretty good drive going on their first possession, but an interception by Baxter Springs followed by a hook and ladder trick play by the Lions. Gave Baxter 1st and goal, and then their running back Wade was able to punch it in from the 1-yard line. Baxter Springs with the early 7-0 lead. Viking return team back out on the field awaiting this kickoff. Homecoming 2025 here at Marvel Park. This is a low line drive kick. Fielded about the 25-yard line, and nice return up to the 40-yard line. A nice job by Dakari. And Vikes will have good starting field position for their second possession of the night.
Yeah, Dakari Jones, we talked about him off the air before the game, Scott. He had his way last year down at Baxter as a sophomore and ran for over 200 yards and several scores. And I'm not sure. He really hasn't ran the ball more than 4 or 5 times this year that I can remember.
The first play, Vikes give it to Henson, and Baxter was ready for it. And it's going to be a loss on the play. Logan Atkinson, he's just a freshman. 6 foot, 260 pounds, and he made a big play there for the Lions, throwing Henson for a short loss back to about the Viking 37-yard line. 2nd and 12 for the Vikes.
Most of the playmakers that we've said for the Baxter Springs Lions, Scott, have all been underclassmen.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to be a much improved team from a year ago. Vikes keep it on the ground. Boy, nice piece of running, hard running by Henson. I think Baxter says there was a fumble. Have to decide if
saying he was down.
Nope, they're going to say that Baxter Springs has it off the fumble. Vikes thought that he was down. 2 possessions and 2 turnovers for the Vikes.
Yeah, that's tough. Sometimes when you fight for that extra yard, it's not worth it because somebody's trying to strip the ball.
Right.
Yeah, that's a tough break.
So, yeah, rough start for the Vikes. We'll see if the defense can turn the tide here. 7-0, Baxter on top. 8:22 to go in quarter number 1.
We got 12 on the field.
Quick pass play.
I don't know if they caught her or not, but we have 12 guys on the field, Scott.
Yeah, there was no flag. And a nice tackle on the far side of the field. Still a decent pickup on first down. Gain of about 4. They're going to mark the ball at the Parsons 41-yard line. So 2nd down and 6 as we go under 8 minutes.
Unless I'm counting wrong. 1, 2, there's 4 on the line. Yeah, maybe I just counted wrong, Scott. My eyes are getting bad. I'm getting old.
2nd down, it's a quarterback keeper, and this is going to go for a nice gain. First down to about the Viking 30-yard line. Cole Parrish, and he's just a sophomore. We're going to back it up 1 yard, it looks like, to the 31. But yeah, Baxter Springs taking full advantage of a couple of Viking turnovers here in the early going. They already lead at 7-0, and they are on the move here. 1st and 10 from the Parsons 31. 2 receivers to the near side. Parrish will be set up in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Wade on the carry is hit hard, and there's actually going to be a short loss on the play. Nice job by the defensive front of the Vikings. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 12 for the Lions. Second down and 12 from the Viking 33. Again, Baxter will send 3 receivers out here to the near side. Caleb Grant, the kicker, one of the wide receivers. Pass play. Little bubble screen. Ball's fumbled, and it looks like the Vikes have it. So the Viking defense does come up big. I think that was Ford on the recovery.
Sure was. Andre Ford.
Boy, and the Vikings
maybe it was
needed
number
that.
11. I think it was Jakari Green, Scott.
Okay.
Number 11.
So Green with the recovery.
That's big time.
Yeah,
there.
much needed turnover there forced by the Vikes. So 3 turnovers here in the first quarter. 2 by the Vikes and now 1 by Baxter Springs. 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Vikes have it 1st and 10 on their own 30. Hauk in the shotgun. Gives it to Henson. Gets by a couple of guys. He's into the secondary. He might go the distance. It's going to be a foot race. 30, 20, 15. He's trying to angle to the end zone, and he is in.
Wow.
70-yard touchdown gallop for Henson, and the Vikes are within one. Great combination of power running and speed. And that 70-yard touchdown run for Henson. That was impressive.
I thought if one of the Baxter guys would have dove for his ankles up at like the 40, I thought they could trip him up, and because I thought they were close enough to him, but maybe not. We'll take it.
See if the Vikes are going to go for two. If the Vikes are going to go for the lead here. They're down 7-6, 6:16 to go in quarter number one. Hauk will be in the shotgun. Stacked receivers to the near side. They give it to Henson. He's going over the left side. It's going to be very close, and he did not make it. Boy, just inches short. So with 6:16 to go in quarter number one, Baxter 7, Parsons 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
6:16 to go in quarter number one. Baxter Springs leading the Vikes 7-6. Vikings get on the board. 70-yard touchdown run by Henson. He just ran over a couple of Baxter guys, and then once he got into the secondary, nobody could catch him.
Yeah, it was an impressive run there. Nice of him to bounce back after that fumble.
Yeah, you know, it was almost like that was an angry run.
Yeah.
You know, especially there the first 10 yards or so.
Yeah, he definitely laid a hit on at least one guy, if not two guys, in that first 5 yards. And then, yeah, he was off to the races.
Adam Reel has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line for the Vikes. Baxter Springs return team waiting to kick. And there we finally get the whistle from the officiating crew. Low line drive kick, field at the 20. They fake a reverse. Vikes don't bite, and it's going to be about a 10-yard return to the 30-yard line. Okay, Baxter Springs pulling out a few tricks.
Yeah, they tried
in the early going.
Faked it to Wade, and yeah. There was room on that side, too, if Wade would have taken that.
Yep. So ball just shy of the Baxter Springs 30-yard line. Lions leading this one 7-6, 6:10 to go in quarter number one. Caleb Grant, I believe Riley Daniel come to the near side. Running play over the right side is going to go for no gain.
Maybe a loss of one.
Viking defense starting to step up here midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, Breland Summers, Dakari Jones on the stop there. They're the main two right there in the face of the running back.
Four receiver set for the Lions. There's the snap. Quarterback rolls to the near side, has a man open, and it is a first down at the 40-45. And then shoved out of bounds up around midfield at the Baxter Springs 49. Pretty good looking sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, he definitely plays the part. Nice little rollout there. Little option to run it or throw it.
Nose of the football just shy of midfield as Baxter Springs offense gets up to the line of scrimmage. Cole Parrish stays in the shotgun, trying to get the Vikings to jump off sides. Rolling to his right. I think he has room, might have room to run, sure enough. And he's going to get brought down after about a 6-yard gain.
Breland Summers came from the edge on this side, and it took him a while to chase him down, but he finally got there.
So second down and about 3.5 yards to go for Baxter. From the pistol, Parrish takes the snap, keeps it himself, and Dakari Jones, I believe, he read that the whole way.
Oh, that's about third and 9 now. Backed them all the way up.
Whew. Parrish decided to keep the ball himself, and Dakari Jones was ready for it. That was a big-time play by the Viking defense. So now a 3rd down and 9 coming up for Baxter Springs. Ball just across midfield at the Viking 49. Again, the Lions leading this one 7-6. 3:50 to go in quarter number 1. Parrish to throw. Has a man open at the 45, and he finds the edge.
No.
40, 35, and then knocked out of bounds. Missed tackle. May have ended up having the first down anyway, but as it turned out, he gets much, much more. He was able to get to the edge and get it all the way down to the Viking 30-yard line.
Second big reception and run by Caleb Grant. Man, he's just a junior as well, Scott.
Yeah, they have some good young talent on this team. I don't know how speedy these receivers are, but the Vikings, they're giving them a pretty big cushion here in the first quarter. They may have to tighten that up as the game progresses. 1-point lead for Baxter. 1st and 10 from the Viking 30. Parrish looks over the defense. Takes the snap. Handoff.
Wade. Over
the left side. Wade, very short gain of about 1 yard, I believe, maybe 2. Wade, 5'8", 160 pounds. Ball spotted just inside the 29. 2nd down. And a long 8 coming up. Logan Abbott, one of 2 receivers, split to the right. Parrish wants to throw, but we have a whistle.
Let's see what this is. That was a four receiver set. I don't know. Maybe it was an illegal procedure. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was something with one of those receivers, Scott.
So a 5-yard penalty on Baxter Springs.
I don't know that signal.
Yeah, that's a illegal formation.
Yeah.
I'm assuming somebody probably should have been on the line of scrimmage.
I don't think that receiver on the one side wasn't covered up, maybe.
So end result is a 5-yard penalty on Baxter Springs. They now face a 2nd and about 14 from the Viking 34. Baxter leading this one 7-6, late first quarter. Parrish wants to throw. Rolling to the right. Got rid of it late, and it was tipped.
Henson blocked it to the ground.
And that may have saved a pretty big play.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Vikings be able to get a little more pressure on Parrish. They may have to send a blitz at some point, because right now it doesn't look like they're doing actually pretty well on the run. They've been doing a pretty good job stopping the run, but they're having trouble getting pressure on Parrish.
He was trying to get that to Grant again, but it's on the opposite side. Both the other times is on the near side. Grant's on the far side, but yeah.
So Vikings have called a defensive timeout. 2:38 to go in quarter number 1. Baxter still on top 7-6. We'll just keep it right here at Marvell Park and say thank you to some of our sponsors who are bringing you Viking football in 2025. We want to say thank you to Labette Health, Bartlett Co-op, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Labette Community College, Elmhaven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates. Also, Tank Connection, Clemens Insurance Agency, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Parsons District Schools, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes also bringing you Viking football in 2025. Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Labette Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister, and also Idea Tech, bringing you Viking football in 2025. So here we go, 3rd and 14 for Baxter. New quarterback, rolls right and wants to go deep to the end zone. And it is going to be incomplete. Talk about getting a little pressure on the quarterback. Was that Henson that got in there?
Chandler was right there, and man, he slung that thing way down there, and it was intended for Grant again.
Isaiah Main was the quarterback there on the 3rd and long. He must have a stronger arm than the sophomore Cole Parrish. Parrish back out there now, and not surprisingly, they will just keep the offense on the field with the ball sitting at the Viking 33-yard line. So hopefully the Viking defense can get a stop here. 4th and 14 for Baxter Springs. 3 receivers to the far side. Parrish to throw. Looking left. He's under a lot of pressure, and they got him. Shoestring tackle by
Summers,
Kari Jones, I believe.
Yep.
And Summers was in there as well. Whew. Boy, that's going to give the Vikings
great field
position. Major loss of about 14 yards on the play. Vikes will take over on their own 47.
I didn't think they were going to get him, Scott.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought he was going to.
I thought he was going to slip away and go to the right side and try to throw it deep.
So that was a tremendous play by the Viking defense. Give the ball back to the offense with 2:25 to go in quarter number 1. Baxter leading by 1 point, 7-6. Hauk takes the snap, gives it to Henson right up the middle. He runs over a guy, gets into Baxter territory.
About 4 or 5 yards.
And we're going to spot it inside the Baxter Springs 49-yard line, pickup of 4 or 5 yards. You know, they keep pounding Henson right up the middle. I think those Baxter guys are going to be worn down by the fourth quarter. They're kind of taking a beating.
Yeah, he's going straight at the linebackers.
2nd and 5 for the Vikes. They give it to Henson again. Oh, he's got some blockers out in front of him. It's at the 40, 35. He's going to be gone. 20, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. 49-yard gallop. Well-designed play, well-executed play by the Viking offense. And the Parsons Vikings now have 12 unanswered points, and they lead it 12-7 over the Baxter Springs Lions with 1:40 to go in quarter number 1. Vikings will line up and go for 2. Kari Jones out, trotting out onto the field.
Henson with 140 rushing yards already early in the game.
That's incredible. Yeah, about 119 just on those 2 touchdown runs. 2-point conversion try. Running play to Henson. This time I think he's going to power his way in. Did they give it to him? The ball came loose and it's picked up by the Vikings, and they're going to score. A fluke play there by the Vikings.
Is that Largent that picked it up?
I think it was Largent that got the loose ball and was able to score. So the Vikings catch a break. And with 1:40 to go in the first quarter, it's the Vikings 14 and the Lions 7. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking football on B93.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees. Then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
At Marvel Park, Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Karen Hardesty taking care of everything for us. Back in the KLKC studios, Brody Wright taking care of our live video stream this evening. Homecoming 2025 after a shaky start, couple of back-to-back turnovers by the Viking offense. Vikings back on track. Couple of long runs by Henson giving the Vikings a 14-7 lead over Baxter with 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Reel with the ball at the 40-yard line. Little squib kick is going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. And a decent return across the 40 to about the 42.
Riley Daniel, junior tight end on the return.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of the offensive formations. I think they have him lining up in the slot a lot. He's going to go take a breather after that return. Let's see where the officials are going to place us. Just shy of the Baxter Springs 42. 1:33 to go in quarter number one. Parsons with a 7-point lead. Oh, bad snap. Nice job by the quarterback to save the possession. He ends up making something positive out of that. Falls forward for about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah,
snap was a little high.
That could have been dangerous. The Vikings really settled in after that. Was 2 turnovers and then that trick play. The defense has really settled in.
Yeah, they didn't let themselves get rattled, and right now they definitely have the momentum. 3 receivers to the near side. Parrish on quarterback keeper around the right side.
2 more yards.
Short gain will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, they didn't give him much there. They only gave him about a
Sure
yard.
enough, they're going to spot it at the 44. So that's going to be 3rd down and about 7. Third down and 7 for the Lions. Parrish trying to get, now Parrish switches out. They're going to run a little wildcat action here. Isaiah Main in there. Nope, he's just going to throw it. And incomplete.
Almost. Oh, wow.
So Baxter Springs continues to try to keep the Vikings guessing. But incomplete pass, fortunately. That would have been a 1st down, but the pass fell incomplete. And now the punting unit will come on for the Lions. Wyatt Schultz back deep for the Vikes. He was going to back up to about his 20-yard line.
I just look down their roster, Scott. They only have 2 seniors.
Oh, dear. We're going to have a flag. It's going to be a penalty. And now another penalty.
Has a holding on. I think Grant was holding Jakari Green from trying to get the ball.
That was one of the stranger punts I've ever seen. We had the kick was nearly blocked, and then for some reason the Viking that almost blocked the kick really didn't make much effort to avoid running into the punter, and so that's going to be one penalty.
Will it offset since they had
and if the other one is on, if the other penalty is on Baxter, then they will offset. But, I couldn't really tell what was going on down here where the ball was, because at one time it looked to me like also a Viking was holding one of the Baxter players, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
So we have the personal foul, which, I disagree. If there is, all penalties.
They offset.
They kept pointing towards Parsons.
I think he pointed the wrong way.
That's exactly what happened. So
I think they're replaying the down.
Yeah, because he gave all indications.
That was Parsons.
He pointed to Parsons like 4 times.
Yeah, and then he waved him off.
Now let's see what they're doing here, Tony.
Well, I don't know.
Now they are going to mark off penalty yardage. So I don't think, unless I missed something, referee may have not given us the correct signal. If there is a penalty, a 5-yard penalty for running into the kicker.
Okay, he waved those off.
That should have been a 5-yard penalty, but they called the personal foul, 15-yard variety, and that gives Baxter new life, a first down, and then a big run right up the middle inside the 35 down to the 34. That was a strange sequence.
Yeah. That's about a 6-yard run by Wade there. Should be 2nd and 4.
And Baxter, if they don't want to take another snap, they won't have to. 2nd and 4 from the Viking 34. Again, your score, Parsons 14 and Baxter 7.
And Wade's got it again.
And Wade gets drilled
Lost yard
at the line of scrimmage. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. Good first quarter here at Marvel Park. Parsons leading at 14-7. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
And we are back live at Marvel Park. 14-7 is your score. Parsons on top, getting ready for the start of quarter number 2. 3rd and 5 for the Baxter Springs Lions. Vikings had stopped Baxter Springs within a personal foul, roughing the punter a few minutes ago. Kept the drive alive for the Lions. Parrish from the pistol. Wants to throw. Goes right over the middle. It's tipped. And falls incomplete. Could have been intercepted. Fell right in between a couple of Viking defenders back in the secondary. It'll bring up 4th and 5.
Definitely in go-for-it territory.
Yeah, inside the 35. Baxter Springs keeps their offense on the field.
Minus those 2 pass plays and then that trick play, our defense has really played well.
Looks like running back Wade will be split to the near side. 3 receivers to the far side. Parrish to throw. He's under heavy pressure, but he gets rid of the ball. It's going to be a first down.
Oh, man, he had him. He had him short, Scott.
Caleb Grant was able to slip the tackle. I think Wyatt Schultz had a shot at him, but it is going to be a first down.
Man, Summers almost got there on the edge, too.
So the drive's still alive for the Lions. 1st and 10 from the Viking 28. Parsons leading this one 14-7. Parrish will set up in the pistol. Gives it to Wade right up the middle.
Wow.
And then slammed down at about the 25-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards.
Dakari Jones 4 on the tackle.
So second down. 6 yards to go for Baxter. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Parsons leading this one 14-7. Homecoming 2025 and the district opener for both ball clubs. Wade in the backfield, lone running back. Parrish takes the snap, rolls to the near side. Looking, and he finds his receiver inside the 20, and he falls forward to the 17-yard line. That's probably enough for another first down.
Tight end Riley Daniel. Yep, first down, Scott.
So Baxter Springs taking full advantage of that roughing the kicker penalty, and they are deep into Viking territory now at the 18-yard line, trying to get this thing tied up. Parsons leading at 14-7, 10:23 to go in the first half. Two receivers to the near side. Parrish wants to throw again. Finds his man for a short gain. He's going to get pushed backwards by a couple of Viking defenders.
That was good defense there.
It's about a 2-yard gain, it looks like, down to the 16.
They didn't move the person with the down marker. That hasn't moved yet. He's moving now. Yeah, it's just about a 1.5-yard gain maybe.
Baxter Spring offense up to the line of scrimmage. Parrish from the pistol. Takes the snap. Nice run over the right side, looking for the edge. He's at the 10, and we have a couple of flags coming in. It's a touchdown, but I think it's coming back. I think there were 2 penalties on Baxter Springs, and I think this one's going to come back.
They're definitely holding Jakari Green. I think they're holding Andre Ford as well.
It is a hold on the Lions, so take the touchdown off the board.
Does it go from the spot of the foul?
Yeah, I think in high school it's almost always from the spot. So that will back them up to around the 22-yard line. So the Viking defense catches a little bit of a break that time.
So 2nd and 12, or
it's their second. The ball's on the 22, and they have to get down to about the 9-yard line, it looks like. So second and about 13
yep.
roughly.
13, 14, yep.
Parrish to throw. Plenty of time. Now he's in trouble. Gets away from a couple of guys and just throws it away. He's a pretty crafty quarterback, especially when you consider he's just a sophomore. But now that brings up 3rd and 14. And obviously 4-down territory for the Lions, so they don't have to get this 14-yard chunk all at once. And I think Baxter Springs is going to burn a timeout. 9:17 to go in the first half. Baxter Springs leading at Parsons leading Baxter 14-7. Let's step away for a 30-second commercial break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Viking Football on B9.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
9 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the first half. It's been a good one. Parsons leading Baxter Springs 14-7. Baxter Springs facing a third and about 13 from the Viking 22-yard line. Both teams back out on the field after their timeout. Looks like I've got a post in my way, but it looks like a new quarterback. And he wants to go deep. He's got a man. It's nearly intercepted. Boy, read all the way by the safety. And it went right through the safety's hands, but falls incomplete.
Yeah, Andre Ford had a beat on it and just.
Yeah, he read the quarterback the whole way.
And it almost looked like it went through Grant's hands, too. I think Ford just going up for it, threw Grant off enough that he wasn't able to catch it after that.
So one more crack at it for Baxter Springs. 4th and about 13. Parrish back out. No, looks like they kept
Maine
in at quarterback. Baxter needing to get to the 9-yard line. They want to go deep to the end zone. Oh, and that's a push off. And then did he catch it? But there was a push off. There was a major push off.
There's no way.
And they're going to count it as a touchdown. I mean, he clearly shoved the defender, and it's going to be a touchdown for Baxter Springs.
I can't believe he caught it.
It was an incredible catch, even with the offensive pass interference, and that's what right now the Parsons coaches are just a little nonplussed as to why the flag was not thrown, but.
Well, there's no flags.
Yeah, sometimes the officials just miss something, but it looked to me like a pretty egregious two-hand shove.
That's a great catch.
But it was an unbelievable catch on the far side of the field, and now extra point to try to get this thing tied. And it's good. 9:04 to go in the first half. And the score, Parsons 14, Baxter 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking football on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
And we're back live at Marvel Park. 9 minutes to go in the first half. We're tied at 14 off that 29-yard touchdown pass. That reminds me, it was a different situation, but I remember
Little from Galena.
Little shoving Wheat.
Yes.
Two-hand shove in the back, and then elevated over Wheat for a game-winning touchdown.
The exact same spot at the end zone, too. Very back corner.
So,
yeah. As soon as that happened, I immediately thought to that.
So, 14-14 is our score.
Nothing was called on that one either.
So,
yeah, that's tough.
Caleb Grant ready to kick off for the Lions. It's an end-over-end kick, short, and this one's going to go out of bounds. Nope, bounced and died, and it's going to be picked up by the Vikings. Schultz at the 30. And then shoved back at around the 31-yard line.
They need to get him more involved, I think.
Yep, I would agree.
Just get it, even if it's just like a little bubble screen pass, because I think if he gets loose, I think he could go all the way as well.
Yep. Yeah, he's a good athlete, and I would imagine that
at some point they're going to go to him.
They will start targeting him. He had a couple of touchdowns up in Fort Scott. And the Vikings' first win of the year. So here we go, 14-14, about 9 minutes to go in the first half. Hauk from the shotgun. Gives it to Henson. And an ankle tackle, 3 yards at the 35-yard line. That probably would have gone for 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah,
but Henson got tripped up. Yep. So,
well, Schultz was out here on an island with Grant, and there was no safety help. I'd like to see him take a chance there at some point.
It's going to be Ford split to the near side. It's like Schultz to the far side. Henson in the backfield. Hauk takes the snap, gives it to Henson again. Gets away from one man, gets away from 2 guys, and he has the first down.
That's a good run.
Out close to midfield. He's just a hard guy to tackle.
He's just running over people at this point.
He just runs so hard. So first down for the Vikings out on their own 48-yard line. Just over 8 minutes to go in the first half. We're tied at 14. Vikes have survived those early turnovers they had back in the first quarter. First and 10. Man goes in motion. They just give it to Henson again. Oh, nice cutback at the 50 and down to the 45-yard line of Baxter.
Yeah, give him about 7.
We know he's a hard runner, a powerful runner, but Henson is also deceptively fast and deceptively quick.
Yeah, he's just really shifty. I mean, like right there, he just made a really nice cut, and the one defender fell.
Yes, he did. Brings up second and about 2.5 yards for the Vikings. Oh, snap fumbled. Houck in trouble. Gets away from one man, but not the second one. He's tackled for a loss back at midfield. I think the snap was a little high. Good job by Houck saving the possession for the Vikes. That would have been turnover number 3.
Yeah, that would have been devastating.
The ball spotted at midfield. Now the Vikings will be facing a 3rd and about 8. I remember way back at the beginning of the year, Coach Scheibe telling me what an accurate passer Houck was, particularly on short routes. So we'll see what they do here. They're going to keep it on the ground.
Nothing
and Henson is going to have a loss, and the Vikes are probably going to have to kick it away. So Coach Scheibe decides to play it a little bit safer that time. I'm assuming they're going to kick it away. And I think I'm wrong. Looks like they're going to go and maybe go ahead and go for it, and you may want a timeout. There's only 10 seconds on the play clock. No, they're going to have to burn a timeout. They're saying,
yeah, they reset it.
Yeah, they did reset it. So no penalty. But the Vikes are going to keep the offense on the field. I'm a little bit surprised here, Tony. From their own 49, facing a 4th and 8. It's going to be a kick, I think, sure enough.
Good kick.
They ended up using Houck as the punter, and that is going to work to perfection. So that's what Coach Scheibe had up his sleeve, not giving Baxter Springs. Oh, but now we have a flag.
Late flag.
Ball died at the Baxter Springs 11-yard line. Great job by Houck, and a nice call by Coach Scheibe. Looks like they're pointing in the direction of Baxter Springs. Personal foul. No, personal foul on the Vikings. I have no idea what? I didn't. It wasn't. Referee coming over to talk to Coach Scheibe. Wow, so what was going to be pretty poor field position is going to end up being halfway decent field position.
All the way out to 26, from the 11 to the 26.
Oof. So, been a couple of missed calls by the officials, not necessarily that one, but the Vikings have kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. They had the early turnovers, they had the roughing the punter penalty that kept a drive alive for Baxter Springs. So 5:34 to go in the second quarter, tied at 14. Running play for the Lions. And Maine with a nice pickup out to the 30-yard line. That was a nice piece of running because I thought he was going to be stopped after about a yard pickup, and he was able to get it all the way out across the 30. Baxter Springs will get the second half kickoff as well, so it'd be nice if the Viking defense can get a stop here and give the offense one more crack to get into the end zone before halftime. There's the snap. Maine is in at quarterback. He wants to throw it down deep near the
out of bounds.
Near sideline, and it's incomplete. Drops out of bounds. Shakari Green on the coverage for the Vikings. Caleb Grant was the intended target. And now we have a timeout on the field. Baxter Springs burns their second timeout. 4:43 to go in the first half. Parsons 14, Baxter 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And welcome back to B93's coverage of Viking football. Homecoming 2025 here at Marvel Park. Beautiful evening, about 70 degrees, clear skies. Been a good first half of football. A couple of turnovers by the Vikes, unfortunately. One by Baxter Springs. We're tied at 14 points apiece. Baxter has the ball on their own 30-yard line, facing a 3rd and 5. So I think they've kept Maine in at quarterback, trying to get the Vikes to jump off sides, which the Vikes did a couple of times early in the game. Maine to throw, and he's got a man for the first down. Out across the 40 to about the 42. I think that was Braden Wade.
Yep.
They must be, what do you think? They must be twins.
Yeah, they're both
Braden
juniors,
and Bradley,
yep.
and they're both juniors. So 1st and 10 now for Baxter Springs. Let's see. Officials are having a discussion. I didn't see a flag. But it looks like there's going to be a penalty, illegal formation on the Lions. So Vikings catch a break.
We'll take it.
So they're going to mark it off from the 30-yard line, it looks like. They actually moved it back to about the 24-yard line of Baxter Springs. So this will be a chance for the Viking defense to make a play and give the ball back to the offense. Baxter Springs has shown the ability to pick up 3rd and long, and I think Baxter Springs just burned their last timeout. So they're going to be out of timeouts. Vikes still have 2 in their hip pocket. 4:37 to go in the first half. We're tied at 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
And we're back live at Marvel Park. 3rd and about 12 for the Baxter Springs Lions from their own 24-yard line. We're tied at 14. Big play right here. Maine rolling to the near side. He's got a man deep. We have a flag that's thrown, and the ball nearly intercepted, I believe, by Ford. And I was sure, yeah, and sure enough, there is a flag. Holding, and the Vikes will decline that. That'll bring up 4th and long for Baxter Springs. I tell you, that ball was nearly intercepted, and then it looked like it just kind of hung on one of the players' helmets for half a second.
I thought Grant was going to reach out and grab it.
And so it all would have been for naught anyway, but because of the holding penalty. Schultz and Ford back to receive this punt for the Vikings. So the Viking offense will get another chance here with about 4.5 minutes to go in the half, tied at 14 points apiece.
Good punt.
Yeah, that is a good kick. It's going to be fielded by Schultz at the 46. He's got a little bit of room. He's at the 40, maybe a face mask, but he's knocked out of bounds.
38.
Great field position for the Vikings in Baxter Springs territory. Yeah, right around the 37 or 38-yard line.
They marked 37. Yeah, good 15-yard return there by Schultz.
Viking offense getting some final instructions.
Not sure what.
Great opportunity for Parsons to take the lead here with this short field, taking over 1st and 10 from the Lions' 37-yard line. Two timeouts, 4:21 on the clock, so plenty of time here for the Vikings. They can just go out and run their offense. Houck looking over the defense, puts a man in motion, and he wants to throw. And they set up the screen pass to Henson. He's at the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Screen pass works again just like it did up at Fort Scott. 37-yard touchdown pass from Houck to Henson. Henson with all 3 touchdowns here in the first half for the Vikes.
All long ones, 70, 49, 37. Yeah, he's racking up the all-purpose yards, Scott.
Yeah, he's had a gigantic
over 200.
That's crazy. It's getting to be where it looks like some of the Baxter kids are kind of starting to get out of his way because they don't want to have to deal with him. Reel out for the extra point try, and it's blocked.
They never really got high enough to have a chance.
So with 4:10 to go in the first half, it's now Parsons 20 and Baxter Springs 14. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93. Back live at Marble Park as the Viking kickoff team trots onto the field. Vikings with a successful 37-yard screen pass from Houck to Henson that worked to perfection. They've had a lot of success with that play here in the first half of the season. Real has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And squib kick. Covered up eventually at about the 37-yard line. And that's where Baxter Springs will take over with 4:07 to go in quarter number 2. Tony, other than some of the self-inflicted damage, Vikings have played, played pretty well. I feel like they are probably the better football team by a little bit.
Yeah, but Baxter's just dangerous enough.
Yep, they have plenty of weapons. Lions send 3 receivers to the near side, and the ball's fumbled, and a great job by running back Bradley Wade to fall on it.
Wow. That's a loss of almost 10, isn't it?
Yeah, that's way back inside the 30-yard line, back to around the 28. We'll call it a loss of, basically a loss of 10 yards on the play.
It's hard to overcome something like that, you know, whenever you're struggling to move the ball, because you're asking to pick up 20 yards on 2 plays.
So with a similar set here, 3 receivers come to the near side. Logan Abbott, one of the receivers, and they get it to him on a little bubble screen. Vikes a little slow to converge on him. And he gets it across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Still not up. Was there a fumble? Viking sideline thought there was a fumble on the play.
Well, I think he was down.
I thought he was down, but I didn't. I mean, I never actually even saw the ball pop free. So it looks like Baxter Springs will keep it.
That's about 3rd and 11.
At 3rd and 11 from the Baxter Springs 37, so the Vikes need to come up with one more stop here.
Yeah, I think we were fine with them getting 8 or 9 yards there.
Yeah, if we can just get one more stop here, they'll probably have to kick it away. Maine still in the quarterback. And I think it bounced.
Yep, it's incomplete.
And I was wrong. Cole Parrish was back in at quarterback, but fired that one a little bit low. 4th down, and because the Vikings scored so quickly, 37 yards in 1 play on their last possession, they're going to get another possession here with 2.5 minutes to go in the half, and they still have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, when we got the ball with like 4:37, Scott, I was like, if we just run the clock and run this down, this could be the end of the half. And then we scored so quick, and now, like you said, we're getting the ball back again.
Oh, the punter fumbles the ball. Now he's going to pick it up and just try to run with it. And he's tackled at the 35-yard line. So a special teams disaster for the Lions. I'd have to go back and watch a replay, Tony. He picked it up so quickly after he dropped it. I think he could have still gotten rid of it, but he maybe panicked a little bit. And now the Vikings have been gifted another opportunity here. Outstanding field position on the Baxter Springs 35-yard line. So Tony, after the rough start by the Vikings with those 2 turnovers on their first 2 possessions, man, if they can get a score here, they'll go into the locker room up by 2 scores.
I mean, the way Henson's been running the ball, I mean, I don't see him doing anything but handing off to Henson the rest of this half.
I would imagine he's going to get a lot of touches. And sure enough, they give it to Henson. He patiently waits for a hole, and then it gets bottled up. But, man, look at him. He's still on his feet, Tony, inside the 25 to the 23.
Why aren't they blowing a whistle?
You know, that looked like a little NFL action, you know, where they're kind of.
I guess if you're still moving right, they can't blow the whistle.
Yeah, he must have still had some forward progress going, because it looked like he was bottled up, and there was, you know, basically 20 guys in a mass.
They're moving the chains.
That was, I thought his forward progress had been stopped, but of course there were so many bodies out there I couldn't see for sure, and then all of a sudden Henson popped out of the pile.
Yeah, I thought it was about a 3-yard gain, and that was it.
So he gets it inside the 25 down to the 24. Minute 49 to go in the first half. Vikings lead by 6. Give it to Henson again. He's going around the right side. Nice job following a lead block, and gets it down to the 20-yard line.
4 yards.
And with those 2 timeouts right now, the time really not an issue for the Vikings, because Coach Scheibe can burn a timeout at his leisure here. Minute 25 and counting. Offense patiently looking over to the sideline.
I want to speed it up just a hair. You don't want to get
see.
Too close down by a minute.
2nd and 7 from the 21. And Vikings leading Baxter 20-14. Homecoming game for the Vikes. 2025, looking to get their 2nd win of the year. 7 seconds on the play clock. We've gone under a minute on the game clock. Houck puts a man in motion, and they give it to the man in motion.
Largent.
And Baxter was ready for that, and now Coach Scheibe might want to burn a timeout here. And he just did with about 43 seconds to go in the half. 20-14, Vikes lead by 6. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Vikings facing a 3rd and 6 from the Baxter Springs 20-yard line. That little quick pitch from Hauk to Largent, only good for about a yard. It's a little bit like one of those plays, Mahomes to Kelsey, that they've ran over the years up in Kansas City. Here we go. Hauk looking over the defense from the shotgun. Baxter showing blitz. Quick toss to Henson. He's got a bit of a hole over there, but I think he's short of the first down. And now with 33 seconds to go, I think Coach Scheibe
calls his last time
burned
out.
his final timeout. It's going to be 4th down for the Vikings. I thought Henson was a little bit closer than that. He's going to be about 3 yards shy. You mentioned Schultz. You wanted Schultz to get a touch.
Yeah.
This was around the
area
of the field that he scored, I think, on a quick slant up in Fort Scott from right around the 15-yard line. Looks like the ball is spotted on the 16. Vikes have a 4th and 3 with 30 seconds to go in the first half. Parsons leading this from 20-14.
I'd be fine with them trying to do something like that, like you said, across the middle to Schultz, little slant.
Yep.
And if it comes incomplete, Baxter's only got a few seconds. They don't have any timeouts.
Yeah, they would almost certainly come out and just take a knee and head to the locker room. Quarterback Andrew Hauk trots back out onto the field. Henson will be the lone running back. And Schultz, watch out for Schultz here. He's in the slot. And they're going to go on a timing pattern into the end zone, and it's incomplete. We do have a flag thrown. Let's see if they got the pass interference this time.
I don't know.
They did throw a flag, but I don't know who they. Looked like both players were kind of fighting for position, but I have a feeling this is going to go against Baxter Springs.
Might be just a 5-yard holding.
Let's see what we have. Still no signal from the referee. It is pass interference, and it is on Baxter Springs. So that moves the ball inside the 10, down to around the 9. 1st and goal, and now you do have to keep your eye on the clock because there's only 26 seconds, and the Vikings are out of timeouts.
Yeah.
So the kids will have to be aware of that. 1st and goal from the 9. They fake the handoff and then throw to the end zone, and it just overshot the intended target.
It was Largent.
I think you're right. I think Largent was the intended target. I was trying to.
No, I think that was O'Banion. Largent's at the back of the huddle right now. That was Sean O'Banion.
O'Banion, 6'3", senior, 245 pounds. Down to 22 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line.
You could honestly do that 3 more times.
Yeah. Schultz split wide right. Ford split wide left. Largent in the slot. Hauk rolls right, looking, goes to the end zone. It's caught and then spun out of bounds at around the 1-yard line is Schultz.
1-yard line.
15, and now you could, if
you run it now,
if you want to take a chance, you could give it to Henson. I would almost maybe pass on this down because if he does get stuffed, you may not get it. You can't spike it because it would be 4th down.
Well, Ford's running. Look at Ford and Schultz. They're out wide. I think they're trying to spread the defense.
That's what it looks like. They might
run this.
It might be Henson right up the gut. Let's see. 3rd and goal from about the 1.5 yard line.
Oh,
Ball's
he didn't
fumbled.
get it.
And what happened? Now they blew the play dead. 10 seconds.
They got to hurry.
And they got to get the play off. Clock should be running, I think.
Yep.
Baxter Springs is very mad, and they just spiked it on 4th down. That was complete disarray on both sidelines.
So now it's Baxter's
So
ball.
it'll be Baxter's ball.
Sit down.
5 seconds on the clock. The officials.
It's Baxter's ball now. So
It should be Baxter's ball. There's all kinds of chaos in the press box and down on the field. Baxter Springs offense will come out.
They're saying it's halftime.
And now they're going to go ahead and run the clock and say the half is over. And either way, it doesn't matter either way because the Vikings, it would have been Baxter's ball and they would have just taken a knee. So we have reached halftime. It was a little chaotic there at the very end. But your score at halftime, Parsons 20 and Baxter Springs 14. We will take about probably a 10-minute break. Actually, Karen, if you just want to send it back to us at 8:30, we'll come back with our Eye Care Associate halftime show. So we'll be back at 8:30. Your halftime score again, Parsons 20 and Baxter 14. You're listening to Viking football on V93.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Let me wild here. Yeah. Calm down.
Make some noise for your Viking band. At this time, we would like to turn our attention to midfield as they come out, the members of the 1975 Parsons Vikings football team. This team is known by many as the best football team in school history, as they were the 1975 state runner-ups. Known for being fast and physical, the defense was swarming, allowing only 25 points and out to a perfect 9-0 regular season. The offense was also impressive, averaging 30 points per game throughout the season. The Vikings didn't stop there at 9-0. The domination continued in the playoffs, shutting out Gardner, Girard, and Wamigo on their way to a 12-0 record and a state championship appearance against the mighty Capon Mount Carmel Crusaders. Parsons held their own in the state title game, but fell short, ending their season at 12-1 and as state runner-ups. Please join me in welcoming the 1975 Parsons Vikings back to Marble Park. And giving them a round of applause for replacing Viking football history remains at the top.
It's Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Gray. Kind of a discombobulated ending to the first half. Things got a little crazy, and it all shook out. The Vikings weren't able to punch it in from inside the 5-yard line. Tony, that would have been huge. Vikes would have been up by 2 scores. As it stands now, though, they're only up 20-14 against the Lions, but still I feel pretty good about where the Vikings are, especially after that rough start with the 2 turnovers to start the game.
Yeah, I thought we were in trouble when we turned it over on those first 2 possessions. I was like, this could unravel on us really, really quickly. And then it was just basically Chandler Henson just saying, hey, jump on, I'm going to take you guys for a ride. And he's done his load. I have him for probably 215 yards.
Yeah, he was
all-purpose yards. Receiving and rushing.
Yep.
So, that's not confirmed yardage, but it's close to that. It's definitely one of the biggest games he's had in his Viking career.
Had a tremendous first half, and he scored on of course the long run. He also had off the screen pass that the Vikings have just about perfected that play, and got another touchdown on that. As far as the other scoring from the first half goes, Baxter early on had a 42-yard drive after an interception, capped off by Wade's 1-yard touchdown run. And then after the Vikings turned it over again, the defense got it back off a Baxter fumble, and that led to Henson's first touchdown, that 70-yard run. Later in the first quarter, he had a 49-yard run. That put the Vikings up 14-7. And then in the second quarter, I believe, thanks to a roughing the kicker penalty on the Vikes, it kept a drive alive for the Lions. Had a 29-yard pass from Maine, who had stepped in as quarterback. He got several snaps under center, and that tied the game at 14 points apiece. And then to finish the scoring was that screen pass from Houck to Henson that went 37 yards, gave Parsons the 20-14 lead at the break. Now Baxter Springs will get the first possession of the second half, so the Viking defense will need to come out and get a quick stop. And Tony, I mentioned, I think back late first quarter that if they just keep pounding Henson up the middle, that Baxter Springs might be pretty beat down by the fourth quarter. Well, let's face it, by halftime, they weren't just beat down. There were basically a couple times those guys in the secondary were rolling out the red carpet for him, and because they didn't want to try to tackle him. They might stick out an arm, so hoping that to their coaches on the sidelines it might look like they were making an effort. But Henson has just been incredible. Yeah, he's been a load to take down. He's just stiff arming and just. The one play that stands out to me is when he got stopped like at about 3-yard gain, and then it was just like the Vikings just kept pushing it, and I guess his momentum kept moving, so they didn't blow the whistle. And the next thing you know, he comes out and gets over a 10-yard gain, and but the end of the half, there was 15 seconds. We had 2 plays from the one, and we tried to run it. I just don't. Yeah, I think there was a fumble. It looked like we fumbled it, and then Houck tried to down it. They didn't realize. Houck didn't realize that it was 4th down. So yeah, you just got to be aware of the situation there, and they'll get better at that, Scott. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is that was a crazy, one of the crazier endings to a half that I've ever seen. So this is just Andrew Houck's 4th start. He'll grow and he'll get better. I feel like by the end of the season, just from week 1 to now is night and day. I feel like he's grown tremendous strides in these 3 weeks. That game at Fort Scott, he was spectacular, and he just really hasn't had to throw a whole lot tonight just because the way Henson's run the ball. Unofficially, 179 yards on the ground. Houck does have probably over 60 yards passing, but it's overshadowed by Henson's rushing. Yeah, Henson was definitely the star of the show. And anytime, and I know Henson gets a lot of yards after the first contact, but let's give props to the Viking offensive line as well. That's 4 sophomores starting on that offensive line, and when you have a running back with over 200 yards in one half, then the offensive line is doing something right.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And and you mentioned how like a lot of quarterbacks, if he can just have a little bit of time to survey the field, it makes all the difference in the world. I agree. I mean, from middle school up to the NFL, if a quarterback is under pressure, there's a good chance they're going to make a mistake. But if they have a little bit of time to survey the field, they can make something happen. And so looks like we still have a few minutes
I'm not sure
on the
why
clock. They reset the clock to 5 minutes, and I don't know if they're going to let it run all the way down to 0. The officials are just standing out.
Yeah,
both teams are on the field. I don't know if they're going to. Sometimes they'll signal up here to the press box, but I don't think.
I'm not sure what the holdup is on the field. Like they're having just a conversation there.
Yeah.
The refs on the field.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Eye Care Associate halftime show. It's 20-14. Vikes lead Baxter by 6. We'll step away for a 1-minute break. Well, now wait a minute. Before we take the break, they just blew the whistle. We'll see if they're going to get these teams out on the field for the second half kickoff. I did hear a whistle, didn't I, Tony?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought I saw one of the officials blow their whistle. Viking, we'll just keep it here at Marvel Park. Viking offense, or kickoff team rather, out on the field.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to have a new
kicker.
Kicker, it looks like. It's usually real out there, but now it looks like it's going to be Dylan Hazen, 6-foot sophomore, on this kickoff.
I think they're ready for the 12-minute, Gary. All right, we are ready. Dylan Hazen.
Hazen has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Pretty entertaining first half of football. We'll see if the Vikings can hang on and get a win on homecoming night, leading Baxter 20-14. It's a very low kick and fielded and downed at the 41-yard line. So this is going to be good field position for Baxter Springs. Well, we see that more and more at the high school level, don't we, Tony? Nobody likes to kick off deep anymore. They just kind of take their chances. They don't want anybody to have a big play on special teams and just trust their defense to go out and get a stop. So here we go, third quarter action. Baxter Springs offense on the field. Isaiah Main will start at quarterback. Running play over to left tackle, and it's a nice pickup on first down near midfield.
That's a big pickup. About a 8.5, 9-yard gain.
Sean O'Banion trots onto the field for the Viking defense. Summers came off a little gimpy. I'm sure he'll just be out for a play or two and probably be right back out there. Second and about 2 yards to go for Baxter Springs. Just underway in quarter number 3. Running play, and stuffed is right for a loss back around the 45-yard line.
Xander Gabbert on the stop.
So that'll bring up 3rd and about 5 for Baxter. And, you know, Tony, you mentioned the Vikings kind of being outmanned, you know, last week up in Kansas City. But, you know, the other 3 games, this defense has just been pretty stout.
Yeah, they played solid.
All right, Viking fans, 3rd and 5. Here for your defense.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Baxter Springs Lions. Logan Abbott, one of 2 receivers out to the near side along with Caleb Grant. Keep it on the ground and same result. Bradley Wade, nowhere to go. And that brings up 4th down, and it looks like Baxter won't be able to do much on their first possession.
I think it might be punting.
Yep, they're going to have to kick it away. Ball spotted on the Baxter Springs 44-yard line. Wyatt Schultz back around his 20-yard line. 9:53 to go in the 3rd quarter with the Vikes leading this one 20-14.
Nearly blocked.
Now that's a great kick. That was a spectacular punt.
Wow.
And it's going to pin the Vikings back inside the 20-yard line.
All the way down like the 12 or 13.
That was an incredible punt.
Wow.
I think that was that Isaiah Main?
I think it was. Yeah, he's done a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, he's done a little bit of everything for the Lions. 9:43 to go. In quarter number 3, and they're going to mark that all the way back at the 12-yard line. Oof. So the Vike offense needs to be careful here not to make any mistakes. See if maybe Henson can come up with a big run, get the Vikings out of this hole. 1st and 10 from their own 12. Vikes leading by 6. Early 3rd quarter. Houck takes the snap, gives it to Henson. Coming to the near side, trying to find the edge, and he can't. Boy, but somehow he stays on his feet and is going to gain a couple of yards up to about the 14. So 2nd down and 8 for the Vikes. Schultz and Ford. Schultz wide right, Ford wide left. Henson the lone running back. And Connor Largent goes in motion. Big tight end comes set. Houck wants to hit a quick one to Schultz, and he does for a 1st down. And Schultz fights forward past the 25 to about the 26.
Nice 12-yard reception there.
Yep, nice throw by Houck. Nice concentration by Schultz. The Vikes move the chains. Now they have a little bit more room to operate. 1st and 10 from their own 26. .8:25 on the game clock. It's a 6-point lead for the Vikes. Houck in the shotgun, high snap, but he gives it off to Henson. And Henson rolling over a couple of guys for a first down. My goodness.
11-yard run. Wow. He just keeps adding to his numbers. That's unofficially, I got him 192 rushing. And then he's got that 37-yard screen pass as well.
Yeah, and you know, obviously, unless something strange happens, this game is not going to be a blowout one way or the other. So he's probably got a lot more carries left.
Yeah.
he may hit that magical 300 mark, which don't see that very often at any level. 1st and 10 for the Vikes from their own 37. Houck looking over the defense. Gives it to Henson again. He's into the secondary.
Wow.
And
nearly
almost stripped away, and somehow Henson was able to hang on to it, and he has another first down.
12 yards on that one. Back-to-back, 11-yard, 12-yard. Actually, 3 plays in a row. Schultz 12 yards, Henson running 11, and Henson running 12. So that's 30. 35 yards in 3 plays.
And Vikes have it 1st and 10. Ball spotted just shy of the Viking 49. At some point, Tony, I don't know if it will be on this first down play, but as they continue to pound the ball, they're eventually going to do a play action fake to Henson and maybe try to hit a deep one. 3 receivers to the near side. This is a pass play. Look like they're trying to set up the screen. That's got to be interference.
Wow, he
was right on his back.
he got smashed.
And no flag.
It's like the whole defensive line was like, yeah, I don't know.
So the ball falls incomplete. Vikes tried to set up a screen. Didn't work out that time.
That was a dangerous one there.
Yes, it was. 2nd and 10 from the Vikings' 49-yard line. 6:51 to go in the 3rd quarter with Parsons on top 20-14. Out. Hands off to Henson. He lost it, and then I don't know if he was able to fall on it or not. Viking players saying that it's still Parsons' ball. But, yep, sure enough. So
it's going to be 3rd and 10.
3rd and long. Yep, 3rd and 10. Schultz coming to the near side. Largent is up in his tight end position. Ford split wide right. 3rd and 10. Vikes trying to keep this drive alive. Houck to throw. Wants to hit Schultz, and he missed him.
Miscommunication there. Do you punt here?
I think the Vikes will kick it away. Defense has been playing pretty well. Ball's basically at midfield. I would kick it away.
Yeah,
let
it's
the
dangerous.
Defense do what they do best. So 6:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Score remains Parsons 20 and Baxter 14.
I mean, you got the guy that could do a good fake, and Schultz.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can get some blocking ahead of him, he can go to the near side here and be pretty. It'd be pretty gutsy, though.
Schultz out to kick it away. Low snap, and he barely gets rid of it. It's going to be a very short punt because of the low snap, and it's going to end up being good field position for Baxter Springs on their own 41-yard line. So Baxter catches a break.
Yeah, it's tough. Only ended up being like 11 yards, Scott. Not even 11, 10.
Yeah, about 10 yards.
So, almost, yeah, I mean, looking back, I mean, you could tried to go for it there.
Yeah. Hindsight is 20/20 for sure.
Yeah.
So here goes Baxter Springs. They're only down by 6. Do a little
Trickery.
jet sweep here, coming to the near side. That looked like a hold, no call, but look at this pursuit by the Viking defense, and it is going to be
2-yard
loss on the play. Caleb Grant on the jet sweep. If you're joining us late, yeah, Baxter Springs was pulling out all kinds of tricks in the early going. They had a hook and ladder that almost went for a touchdown. It was a huge play, went all the way down to the 1, and then they were able to punch it in from there. They haven't been trying quite as much trickery since the 1st quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out a few more trick plays before the night is over. And I think we had a false start.
Yeah, Henson ran to the line acting like he was going to jump over and caused one of their guys to move. So now it's going to, instead of 2nd and 11, it's going to be 2nd and 16.
So 2nd and long coming up for the Lions. 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Game's been close since the opening kickoff. 20-14 is your score. Vikes leading by 6. Maine wants to throw. He's under pressure.
Wow.
He gets away from one man. And then goes down. I don't know if he even got back to the line of scrimmage.
Dakari Jones was like shot out of a cannon, Scott.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
That was impressive, and they're going to put the ball at the Baxter 32-yard line, so there was a loss on the play. So 3rd and long.
3rd and 16.
They've got to get out to
all
the way out to midfield,
yeah.
so it's actually 3rd and 18.
Yeah. Wow.
And they've got a couple of guys that can throw the ball. Not sure. Cole Parrish is a great quarterback, but they've been going with Isaiah Main here in the 3rd quarter, and he rolls to the far side, looking. He's got a man wide open.
Oh,
and he didn't see him.
Intercepted.
There was a receiver. There was a blown coverage. There was a receiver wide open down the far sideline that Maine, fortunately for the Vikes, did not see him. In fact, I think it might have been the other quarterback, Cole Parrish.
Yeah, I think he was too far down.
He may have been. He was way down there.
He might have thought I was a guy on the sideline or something. Man, he was, yeah, you're right. He was 40 yards downfield.
So that'll be a punting situation now for Baxter. Pretty good kick, but, touch. Oh, great job by Schultz to pick it up after he basically fumbled it. Nice athleticism by Wyatt, and Vikes will have good field position on their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, these one-score games, it's just any little mistake can change it so quickly that you almost want the Vikings to go down and score here just to get it back to a 2-possession game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a little breathing room going into the 4th quarter for sure. Viking offense comes up to the line of scrimmage. Ford split to the near side. Schultz split wide right. Houck will be in the shotgun. Of course, Chandler Henson probably statistically having his best night of his high school career. They give it to him again. He's up the middle. He's got some space. He's at the 50. 45, 40, cuts it back and hit from behind at about the 35-yard line.
24-yard run.
Henson continues to rack up big yardage here at Marvell Park in front of this homecoming crowd. 1st and 10 for the Vikes now from the Baxter Springs 34. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Vikes lead by 6. Out. It's over the defense. Takes the snap. Gives it to Henson. Why not? Nice cut. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone. Touchdown. Henson does it again for the Vikings. Great job by the guys up front, and it is 26-14, Vikes by 12.
4-touchdown night for Chandler Henson. Wow.
Up by 12, the Vikes will go for 2.
Unofficially, Scott, I have him for 263. And then he had that 37 yards, so right at 300.
Right at 300 all-purpose yards, and we have 3:40 to go in quarter number 3.
Yeah, that's a big night.
If he's not the offensive player of the week in the state of Kansas, I don't know who else it would be.
I don't know. I've seen some scores from Wichita. You got Andale.
Yeah, that is true. So here we go on the 2-point conversion. Largent in motion. Oh, bad snap, and Henson, and I think they're calling it dead because I think Houck's knee may have touched.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was able to grab the high snap, but his knee may have touched before he got the ball handed off to Henson. So no good, but the Vikes still have the 2-possession lead now at 26-14. Tony, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that just kind of, yeah. I'm not sure. I thought the play was still live, but I don't know.
Yeah, the only reason they could have blown that dead in my mind was if how had a knee on the ground, and I just couldn't see well enough to know if that's what it was. So, but be that as it may, thanks to Chandler Henson's 4th touchdown of the evening, Vikes have their first 2-possession lead of the night, 26-14. But I will say this, Tony, we've seen a lot of teams over the years that if you got to, and I know we're still in the third quarter, but you felt like if you got them in a position where they had to throw, that they were going to be in big trouble against the Viking defense. Not so much with this Baxter team. They've got some guys that can sling the ball around the field and some decent receivers. So they,
and it makes the game longer because they're throwing the ball, and it's not just running it and running the clock out.
Short pooch kick by Reel, and it rolls out of bounds.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Right around the 30-yard line, it rolled out of bounds, but Baxter will get, I guess, at the 35, looks like.
The music scares me every time it kicks off. Got these new speakers, and I think he's got it. I think they got it turned up a little loud. Whew. The student section down there, Scott's having a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are. They're enjoying homecoming for sure. And I'm not sure, Tony, the ball spotted on the 37-yard line.
That's so weird.
So Baxter Springs, and maybe a false start because they blew that play. Now they're going to say offsides, maybe some sort of neutral zone infraction on the Vikings. So that'll
be 1st and 5.
So the only thing I can figure out, Tony, is it must be like a 5-yard penalty from where the ball goes out of bounds.
Okay, that makes sense
because
it did go out of bounds about the 32, so that makes sense. But man, I swear when we kicked it out of bounds, it was on this. I don't know.
We'll have to do some research and figure out the exact rule on that at the high school level. 1st and 5 from the 42. Maine on the carry. You know, he had a good first half, and the Vikings have really started to bottle him up.
Yeah, that was Connor Largent. There's a lot of them in there. Jakari Jones. Yeah, they're
on 1st and 5. It's a 2-yard loss. Baxter needs to get out to about the 47 for a first down. Ball spotted. Nose of the ball is touching the 40, so it's 2nd down and 7. About 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Parsons leading at 26-14. Logan Abbott comes split wide right. Nice little play action plays. It's a little bootleg, and there's a man.
Intercepted,
I believe. Sure enough, a couple of bikes ran into each other, but Ford came up with it. Got absolutely leveled by one of his teammates who was also going for the interception. I was afraid it was going to jar the ball loose.
He held on to that. Man.
Nice interception by Ford, and the Vikings off the turnover have great field position on their own 45.
Well, you got to continue to run the ball, the clock. Because running the ball, you're running the clock. And but Chandler Henson, his last 3 carries, Scott, have been 11, 12, 25, 34.
I wouldn't be surprised, Tony, if we see touchdown number 5 within the first couple of plays, because this Baxter Springs defense is starting to get a little winded. And they give it to Henson. And he's looking for the right edge, and he almost had it. He's still going to have a nice pickup of about 9 yards.
8 or 9 on that one, yep. Yeah, he's just diving like he's out there just running. That's unbelievable. He's just having his way, just whether it's up the middle or on the edge.
So 2nd and 1 for the Vikings, and Henson is going to get a well-deserved rest. Tony, he's coming to the sidelines.
Is he okay?
It looks like they're
tying his shoe.
Going to have to do something with. The thing's just a shoelace issue.
Jakari Jones, he's a tough one to bring down.
Yeah.
If they hand it off to him, he hasn't ran the ball at all tonight.
He's now playing. We have a timeout on the field called by the Vikings. Exactly 2 minutes to go in the third quarter with the Vikes leading at 26-14. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. You're listening to Viking football on B93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
And we are back live at Marvel Park. Very pleasant evening. About 64 degrees. Parsons fans enjoying homecoming 2025. Chandler Henson really enjoying it. He's racked up over 300 yards in total yardage with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now the Vikes with a little bit different set here on the second one. I think first time tonight they've got two running backs back there with Andrew Houck. Here we go. Houck takes the snap, gives it to Jones, and Jones across the 45 for a first down.
4-yard run by Jones.
And as tired as Baxter Springs defense probably is, Tony, I think if the Vikings, man, if they can score here,
yeah,
I won't call it a backbreaker, but it'd be awfully close.
Yeah, if they could get a score, and yeah, and even with or without a 2-point conversion, it'd be almost a 20-point game.
Little trickery this time by the Vikings, and Baxter didn't fall for it. They faked the handoff, I think, to Jones going left, and then gave it to Henson going right, and goes for no gain. So that'll bring up second down and 10 for the Vikes as we approach the 1 minute mark of the third quarter. It's going to be second and 11 coming up for the Vikes. Ball spotted on the 43. (26-14) is your score. Parsons by 12. They led 20-14 at halftime. All 11 offensive players looking over to the sideline. Now they're ready to snap the ball. They give it to Jones. Jones looking for the edge. He has to cut back. Boy, a couple of flags come in. Most likely will back them up 10 yards. There was no gain on the play, so Baxter Springs could potentially decline this.
Yeah, 3rd and 13 if they decline it, or 2nd and 21.
Looks like they're going to take the penalty yardage, Tony. Back it up into Viking territory. So we'll see how aggressive Coach Schaube wants to be here. It's second and forever. Ball back on the Viking side of the 50. 34 seconds to go in the third quarter, 12-point lead.
Yeah, they don't have to run a play here, I don't think. Or is it a 25-second?
I'm not sure. The play clocks have gone dead again. They worked for the first half, and now
I think it's just 25 seconds on the after a penalty, not 40.
Out shouting instructions. 2nd and 21 for the Vikes from their own 47. Oh boy, that's got to be interference, I would think. Ford was ran into, and nothing. So incomplete with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. That'll bring up 3rd and 21. Is Henson on the field, Tony?
Yeah, he's right there with the coach.
There? Oh, okay, I see him now.
I'm not sure what's taking so long.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Jones is going to head to the sideline, replaced by Henson. Here comes Houck. I would imagine this will probably be a pretty safe play. And now it's going to be delay a game, I'm sure. Yep, delay a game. That'll, now 3rd and 21 is going to become 3rd and 26. Things seem a little unorganized right now.
I don't see why they're huddling up. The 3rd and 21 play should be the same as a 3rd and 26 play.
Yeah, they may just hand this off to Henson and plan on kicking it away. The defense has just been outstanding here in the second half. 3rd and 26 for the Vikes. They do want Houck to throw, and they find Henson out in the flat. He cuts it back to the 50 and then falls forward to about the 49, and that'll be the end of quarter number 3. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking football on B93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here and here and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
The Vikes face 4th and long from the 50-yard line. Wyatt Schultz out there to kick it away. Caleb Grant back deep for the Lions, standing around his own 17-yard line. Schultz awaiting the snap. There it is. Pretty good kick. Fielded at the 25-yard line.
Oh, great
and
tackle.
A great tackle at the 24-yard line. There's actually a loss on the play.
Kane Leon.
My goodness. Great job by Viking special teams unit. And Baxter Springs will have it 1st and 10 from their own 24.
Still not out of it. If Baxter can put together a drive, this game could get really interesting.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. 11:50 to go in the game. 12-point lead for the Vikes. Baxter with all 3 timeouts. So
they tacked on a 10-yard holding on top of the great tackle by Leon there.
Yeah, so instead of the 24, it's going to be the 14-yard line. This may be the worst starting field position of the night for Baxter Springs. And it's interesting that they've kept Maine in at quarterback pretty much the entire second half, Tony.
Yeah, it surprises me too. I thought Parrish did pretty well.
Maine to throw, and he's got a completion. Short of the first down, but it gets out across the 20 to the 21 or 22, so a nice pickup on first down.
Braden Wade, that's a second catch for him.
Clock on the move, 11:25 to go in the game, 12-point lead for the Vikes. Caleb Grant in the slot for Baxter Springs. Tom Maine working from the pistol, hands off right up the middle. This is a nice pickup for a first down out to the 30-yard line.
The other Wade, Bradley Wade.
Bradley Wade on the carry.
Well, they got Parrish out as a wide receiver, Scott.
Yeah, he's been, if he hasn't been in at quarterback, he's been playing wide receiver. But yeah, I'm sure the Baxter coaching staff has a very good reason. I mean, they're both capable quarterbacks, but yeah, I thought Parrish played pretty darn well back in the first half. Another running play.
Nothing on this one.
And a flag comes in near the end of the play.
Coming from the secondary.
Yeah, I'm hoping. No, I don't know.
They're backing up. Baxter is.
Yeah, I'm hoping holding on the Lions, and it is.
It'll be second and forever.
21 inside the 20-yard line down to about the 19. Yeah, they've got to get all the way out to the 40 for a first down. So
second and 21.
Baxter offense up to the line of scrimmage, facing second and long.
Second down.
Quarterback rolls to the near side, throws deep. Defender falls down. Unfortunately, the pass was a little high because the defender. So they're going to reset the ball around just shy of the 20-yard line. And yeah, Tony, I'm with you. I thought it was third down, but they
should be.
They only have second down across the way.
Yeah, we had that problem. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
So I'd have to go back and see. Maybe we missed something. It definitely says second down across the way. On quick hitter is complete out to the 30-yard line to Cole Parrish.
Back to about 4th and 10 now.
Yeah, it's going to be third. Yeah, they're going to keep it at third down. So we're at third and 10. So third down and 10. This is a big play for Baxter Springs. They'd really like to keep this drive going. Maine rolling to the right, almost loses his balance, cuts it back, and he's not going to be able to run for the first down. Just nothing open downfield, and nice job by the Viking defense again. And we have our first injury of the entire evening. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. 9:14 to go in the ball game with the Vikes leading at 26-14. While we have a break in the action, we'll say thank you to Viking sponsors for 2025. Thank you to Labette Health, Bartlett Co-op, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Labette Community College, Elmhaven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Tank Connection, Clemens Insurance Agency, Commercial Bank, also Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Parsons District Schools, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Labette Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister, and Idea Tech, bringing you Viking football in 2025. So down by the 2 scores, even though they're on their own 30-yard line, Baxter are going to keep their offense on the field. I can't say that I blame them, but we have a stoppage in play.
I think this is actually 5th down, Scott.
Now we have a flag, illegal substitution. Yeah, and it may be. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I definitely want to go back and look at this.
I got off by a down.
Because they got a first down. Wade got the first down, and then the very next play we stuffed them at the line for a -1, and then there was a holding.
There was a penalty. So
I don't know.
So after the illegal substitution pushes them back another 5 yards, they decided to go and kick it away. So fortunately, the Vikes will get the ball back. 12-point lead for the Vikes at 26-14. 9:14 to go in our ball game. Another nice kick that's going to bounce out of bounds around the Viking 40-yard line. And Tony, I'd like Nice, long, sustained drive here for the Vikings.
Yeah,
just kind of put this thing,
get a couple of first
out
downs.
of reach.
Couple of first downs. You don't have to score, but just get a couple of first downs and move the ball. Defense is playing spectacular. I mean, minus that trick play that got them all the way down the one. That one drive that seemed like it lasted forever when they scored. The only reason they kept that drive going is because of the roughing the kicker. So, I mean, I feel like the defense is playing pretty well.
Yeah, they've had a good night. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Vikings' 43-yard line. And they give it to Henson. He's at the 45. Boy, they're really trying hard to strip the ball away, force a turnover, but Henson able to hang on to it as he falls forward to the 46 for a gain of 3 yards. .8:45 to go in our ball game as the Viking offense comes up to the line of scrimmage. Ford will be split wide left. They're going to put Schultz in the slot. Largent will be the tight end. This is the kind of offensive formation where they've had most of their success tonight, just with Henson the only running back. And there he goes right up the middle. Gets into the secondary and pulls guys forward.
Another 10-yard gain.
All the way up to the Baxter 45 for a first down. And Tony, that's where you were wanting. Move those sticks a couple of times.
Good luck to our Lady Vikings girls golf team as they travel to Girard on Thursday and compete. Also to our cross-country team as they compete in Columbus on Tuesday.
.8:12 to go in the game. Clock on the move. 26-14. Vikes leading by 12 as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation with Schultz in the slot. Ball on the left hash. Largent in motion. There's the snap and the handoff to Henson. Look at him into the secondaries at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and barrels into the end zone for touchdown number 5. Career night, to say the least, for Chandler Henson.
Wow. Wow, that's all I can say is wow. Unofficial, I have him for 328 yards rushing and 45 receiving.
I can barely wrap my mind around those numbers. It's just incredible.
328 and 45 is 373 unofficially. But, I mean, yeah, it's a career night.
So 32-14, Vikes by 18. They will go for 2, try to get a 20-point lead. Halk rolls right, looking. He's got a man open.
Schultz got it.
And I think, right across the goal line, Schultz comes down with it. And now some pushing and shoving in the end zone. No flags thrown. 2-point conversion is good, and that may do it. It's definitely not over. There's a lot of weird things that can happen in high school football, but Vikes in control right now, 34-14, 7:36 to go in the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking football on V93.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Seven minutes, 36 seconds to go. In our ball game, Vikes with their biggest lead of the night, 34-14, closing in on a win in their district opener and a win on homecoming night as well. Reel back out for kickoff duties, and it's a squib kick that will be fielded at the 36 or 37-yard line. And that's where Baxter will take over on first and 10.
Is this a similar score to what Girard beat them by?
Yeah, I believe it was 32-14 in that one.
That's what I was thinking whenever I seen the score. I was like, that's pretty similar to last week when they played Girard. Does that mean we can hang with Girard, Scott?
I think maybe it does.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at by scores, I mean, yeah.
So Baxter Springs offense is going to have to strike very quickly. Trailing by 20 points with 7:34 to go. Main to throw. Throws a short one and then a big hit around the 40-yard line, and somehow he was able to fall forward for an additional yard. Caleb Grant on the reception. Ball spotted just across the Baxter Springs 41-yard line. They will have it 2nd and 5. They'll send Cole Parrish, who was the quarterback for most of the first half, out here, but instead they go on an underneath route, complete to about, but no gain on the play.
Good tackle by Jakari Green. Preston Heitman.
Things are getting a little chippy here, Tony, as we get about halfway through the 4th quarter. I think Baxter Springs starting to get a little frustrated.
They're down at 4, Viking fans. Let's make some noise.
3rd and about 5 for the Lions. Main to throw. He's got plenty of time, and he hits wide open receiver for a first down.
No.
And a flag came in about the same time he threw the ball.
Junior Logan Abbott on the reception.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the Vikings.
Tackle on 15.
Yeah, so it'll go from the Viking 45 down to the Viking 30. And when you have a 20-point lead, Tony, halfway through the 4th quarter.
Can't shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, you know, that's. Don't ever give your opponent hope. Don't give them new life. It also stops the clock as well, just until they get these chains set. So here we go, 1st and 10. Main rolls right, fires to the end zone. Actually, not quite to the end zone, but regardless, it drops incomplete.
Intended for Abbott again, I think.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Lions from the Viking 30. 6:08 to go in the game. Vikings leading this one 34-14. It's been the Chandler Henson show. 5 touchdowns on the night for the senior running back. Now the officials getting together for a discussion. Isaiah Main, the junior quarterback, sets up in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, and he rolls to the near side. Finds an underneath route for a short gain. 6 minutes to go now in our 4th quarter. They're going to spot the ball on the Viking 28, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Down by 3 scores, Tony. Vikings will be more than happy to give up 2-yard passes. Baxter may just have to take a shot to the end zone here. Bradley Wade will be the running back. Cole Parrish comes to the near side. Main rolls right. Wants to go to the end zone. Directing traffic now. He's going to run with it, and he's got the first down. Very athletic play by Isaiah Main. Keeps the drive alive for the Lions. 1st and 10 from the Viking 19-yard line. 5:51 to go in our ball game, but Parsons in control, 34-14. Logan Abbott split wide right. Caleb Grant in the slot for the Lions. Main to throw.
Abbott.
And either his knee was on the ground or the ball hit the ground. Looks like his knee hit the ground, so the pass is complete.
About 5-yard completion.
Yep, down to the 15-yard line, 16-yard line rather. Baxter trying to go into a bit of a hurry-up offense. Main to throw. Come to the near side. He's got a man open, but he overshot him just a little bit. So down to 5:39 to go in our ball game. Obviously 4-down territory here for the Lions. Ball spotted. See on the Viking 16. Now we have another official timeout. Tony, we've had several of those this evening.
Yeah.
I know couple of the Viking coaches stepped out on the field. They'd
thought the clock should have been running after that play, but if he went out of bounds, it stopped the clock. So
here comes the head official. And I think you're right, Tony. I think they're going to try to get a signal up to the press box here to reset the game clock. 5:30. Yeah, because that's what happened after the Baxter receiver caught the pass, but his knee touched the ground. I think the clock may have stopped.
I don't know if that 9 seconds is going to matter, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess, you never know.
Yeah, in a 20-point game, probably not. 3rd and 7. Main takes the snap. He's got a little bit of time to throw, heads to the end zone, and
is it caught?
No, broken up at the last second. It was a well-thrown ball and a great effort in the end zone by the intended receiver, but great job by the Viking defense to knock it free. And now 4th down coming up.
So 4th and 7 from the 17.
From the 16. 5:22 to go in our game. 34-14. Vikings have basically dominated the second half. On 4th down, they find a man open for the first down.
Yep.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now run it.
This has been one of the better drives for Baxter Springs this evening. Yeah, 1st and goal from the 8. Pass play.
Nearly intercepted.
Yeah, that was close. Ball's incomplete. So second and goal from the 8-yard line. Baxter Springs trying to keep their very slim hopes alive here. Bradley Wade will be the lone running back. Maine takes the snap, rolls to the near side, looking. He's going to keep it himself. Summers chases him down.
Don't get a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike. You don't want a taunting call on top of that because he kind of stood over him a little bit. That was a big play.
Yeah, he's a heck of a defender.
He's just so long. I mean, he's got long arms. I mean, his wingspan is just incredible.
So 3rd and goal for Baxter from the 13-yard line. 4:18 to go in the game. Vikes enjoying a 20-point lead. Maine looking, finds a man open, makes the catch at the 5-yard line, and now that'll bring up 4th and goal from the 5. And now possibly a timeout called by Baxter. They want to talk it over. 4 minutes to go in our game, 34-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93. Welcome back to Marvel Park. 4th and goal coming up for the Baxter Springs Lions. 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. But it's the Vikings leading this one 34-14 with exactly 4 minutes to play in our game. See what the Lions coaching staff wants to go with on 4th and goal. Maine in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to roll right. Looking, heads, fires to the end zone, and it's dropped. Probably should have been a touchdown from what I could see, Tony.
That's tough.
Yeah, I think it was there. I couldn't tell. I think maybe Caleb Grant was the intended target, but I had a couple of poles in my way.
It was definitely Grant.
So Grant unable to haul it in, and
should be just run the ball and
if the
run the
Vikes
clock out.
The Vikes can just get out of this hole that they'll be in because they'll be backed up on their own 5-yard line. Yeah, if they can get a couple of 2 or 3 first downs, then Baxter won't even get the ball back. 34-14 is your score. Looks like the Vikings are going to win it. So they'll have to go out and take care of business, take care of the football. Vikes led 20-14 at the end of the first half, and they led 26-14 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Chandler Henson with all 5 of their touchdowns tonight, and they give it to Henson up the middle and out to the 21. And Tony, if he had
broke one tackle,
I think if he had broken one more tackle, he may have had a 95-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
I mean, he would have had put him way over 400 yards in total offense. A one-man wrecking crew.
He's already getting there, getting close to that right now.
Unbelievable.
He's at 344 unofficially rushing and 45 receiving. So 389 unofficial.
Just a monster night for Henson. Hauk from the shotgun. Gives it to Henson again. Great block up front, but now a flag comes in. He has the first down, but I'm going to guess holding on the Vikings.
Yep. Bring it back.
So 10-yard holding penalty on the Vikes. Down to about 3:11 to go in our game. Vikes on top 34-14. Clock on the move as we go under 3 minutes. Vikes in control. They're going to go to 1-0 in district play. They'll even their season record out at 2-2. Baxter will fall to 2-2. Henson on the carry, 22-yard line. Carries a couple of guys with him.
About 7 yards on the run.
You know, Tony, I've mentioned the Baxter defense. You can tell they're, been pretty gassed here in the second half. But what about Henson? Henson should be tired.
He looks fresh.
But he looks fresh. I mean, how many carries has he had tonight? He has touched the ball a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
like the Viking coaches have burned one of their timeouts. They have 2 left. Baxter with 1.
Unofficially, it's like 27 carries. Is what I have.
Been a workhorse tonight for the Vikings, to say the least. And, just really hats off to everyone. After that rough start with the 2 early turnovers, Houck has managed the game well. He's had a solid night. Henson has been Mr. Everything. The offensive line has done well. Special teams did some good things, and the defense has really been the one constant for the 2025 Vikes, and they have played very well. Both teams back out on the field. 2nd and 7 for Parsons from the 23. For the man in motion. But what a surprise. They give it to Henson, and he's across the 30 to the 35. Breaks away, he's to the 50, and then gets a horse collar around the 45, and that'll move another 15 yards off the penalty up to around the 30 or 31, and then a third flag comes in, so look out for some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct, probably. I'm going to say on the Vikings, just because it looked like there were about 5 Vikings close to the official who threw that late flag. But no, they're just, let's see here. Oh no, it was not a horse collar, it was a face mask. And no offsetting penalties, so I don't know what the third flag was for that came in, but moves it down to the 34-yard line. I mean,
right now, unofficially, I have him 383 rushing.
So I am by no means a expert on the history of Viking football, Tony, but I'm going to guess that may be a school record.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
On first down, they give it to Henson again. Cuts back to the 30-yard line. Down to a minute 45. And I wonder if the coaches maybe know something that we don't, Tony, or maybe they know it, or maybe they're trying to get him up to 400 yards or something. It could be. Because if they give it to him again as opposed to taking a knee, then they're trying to get him, I bet, to some sort of statistical record if he's not already there.
Yeah.
Minute 15 to go in the game. Vikes are going to win it, leading 34-14. Houck from the shotgun. Gives it to Henson again. Over the left side. Plows forward.
Another 5 yards.
Down close to the 25-yard line as we go under a minute. 3rd and about
an inch.
2 feet.
Yeah.
Or maybe 1 foot. Yeah, it's not much. 3rd and short. Vikings probably just need to run one more play. .30 seconds to go in the game. Houck and the offense quickly up to the line of scrimmage. I think they're wanting to get Henson one more touch. And they do. And he's got a nice run and a flag, so he's going to get another carry possibly as he gets it inside the 20-yard line. We'll see what the flag's all about. Maybe coming back. .34-14 will most likely be your final score.
Is that a holding?
Haven't seen the
No,
signal
they're going
yet.
against. So the 7-yard carry does count.
Yep, face mask. So
unofficially, Scott, I have him exactly 400 yards.
Total?
Unofficially.
Does that include receiving?
That's rushing and then 45 receiving, so 445.
That's incredible. So a monster career night, record-breaking night probably for Chandler Henson. They go ahead and wind the clock. Scoreboard hits all zeros, and this homecoming night belongs to the Parsons Vikings. They shut out Baxter in the second half. They win it 34-14. We will take a 2-minute commercial break, and we will be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. This is Viking football on B93.